A little turtle got stuck in a snake hole and couldn't move. A boy, without regard for the danger, quickly pulled it out, but to his surprise, he found many more little turtles inside. Worried that they might get eaten by snakes, the kind-hearted boy rescued them too. Later, he discovered even more turtles in another snake hole. Not only that, but many more baby turtles were scattered nearby. Looking weak and lifeless, the boy decided to take them all home and care for them. Initially, his idea was simple: to raise them and eventually cook them for turtle stew as a health tonic. However, once the turtles grew up, they shocked everyone after bringing them home. The boy cleaned their shells immediately. Once they were refreshed with clean water, the baby turtles quickly regained their energy. But with all the turtles crowded into one basin, it became very cramped, so the boy set aside a plot of land for them to live. To his surprise, the little creatures were very easy to raise. They weren't picky eaters. Even leaves and flowers were eaten with great delight. After eating, they would immediately go back home and sleep with the boy's attentive care. The turtles lived very comfortably. Sometimes they basked in the sun together, and other times soaked in the water, chatting away. At mealtime, the boy would gather them in a water basin and take them to the dining area to eat. Although each turtle could only eat one flower per meal, the sheer number of turtles quickly caused a flower shortage. The boy had no choice but to switch to feeding them vegetables instead. Fortunately, the turtles had great appetites. Whatever the boy prepared, they would happily eat with his careful attention. The turtles grew rapidly, and so did their appetites. They soon needed nearly 50 kilograms of vegetables every day. Despite the pressure of feeding them, the boy still ensured they had enough food daily. But what the boy hadn't expected was that, over time, the small, palm-sized turtles turned into giant tortoises. Some even weighed several hundred pounds. This made the boy a bit afraid, worried they might mutate and eat him one day, so he hurriedly took them to a hospital for a checkup. It turned out these turtles were sulcata tortoises, one of the largest tortoise species in the world. An adult sulcata tortoise could sell for hundreds of thousands of yuan. After learning that these tortoises were like living treasure chests, the boy no longer thought about eating them. Instead, he cared for them even more attentively and even bought a larger estate for them to live in. Although they had grown into massive giants, their love for vegetables hadn't changed a bit. The boy spread vegetables all over the yard for them to eat. If some turtles were not eager to eat, he would use vegetables to lure them into the yard. Some lazy ones that liked to sleep in were directly carried to the table. Worried that feeding only vegetables might lead to malnutrition, the boy began adding some fruits to their diet. They ate hundreds of dragon fruits every day, but what they loved the most was cactus. As soon as they smelled cactus, the tortoises would rush toward the boy. Every bite was a feast for their taste buds. Because of long-term interaction with humans, the tortoises became very gentle and friendly. Sometimes, they even carried the little boy to kindergarten, though because of their slow pace, they were often late. One day, the tortoises started digging holes frantically in the soil. The boy was confused, but the next day, the tortoises began laying eggs. He was overjoyed. They had given him an unexpected gift. However, he didn't take the eggs home to eat. Instead, he let the tortoises hatch them naturally. Before long, a new batch of baby tortoises was born. Watching them breed and thrive,